Lesson 12 is on the exterior angles of a triangle. So we've talked about interior angles. They're the angles on the inside. And we know that the three angles on the interior, on the inside of a triangle, add to 180 degrees. So now let's talk about what an exterior angle is. An exterior angle is formed by one side of the triangle and the...
Hello.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And the extension. Let's talk what that means. Extension of an adjacent side of the triangle. Adjacent means right next to it. So we're talking about exterior angle. What we're talking about is extending a side. So you can see right here how we took this side of the triangle and we extended it. Therefore, angle 4 is going to be an exterior angle. We can do that with other ones. Okay, we could have extended this one and we could have an exterior angle here. We could extend this line this way, right? Have an exterior angle here. So there's lots of different ways for us to extend the sides, okay? But notice that when we have one on the outside, that's called the exterior, on the outside of the triangle. In a triangle, in the triangle to the right, angle 4, that's what I was just talking about, is an exterior angle. Now we're going to talk about remote interior angles. So think of the word remote. You know, if you're remote learning, you're learning away from the school, right? You're at home. If you're like remote and stuck on a desert island, you're away from everybody. So remote means away. So remote interior are going to be the angles on the inside away from the exterior angle. Here's what I mean. Remote interior angles are the two interior angles that are not adjacent. Adjacent means next to. So a remote and adjacent kind of opposites of each other. Okay, not adjacent or touching the exterior angle. So they're the angles not touching the exterior angle. For example, in the picture above, angle 4 is the exterior angle. And what angles are not touching angle 4? So if you look right here, you see how 4 and 3, they're kind of touching. They share this adjacent side here. The two angles not touching angle 4 are 1 and 2. So angle 1 and angle 2 are the remote interior angles. They're on the inside for interior, and they're not touching the exterior angle. Okay, and the remote interior angles are going to tell us something, going to help us figure out the exterior angle. Excuse me. Triangle ABC is shown below. Is there enough information to find the measure of the exterior angles? If so, we want to label and find them. So it says find the sum of angles A and B. So this really should be CAB and ABC, right? But if we add the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B, A is 50 plus B is 70, that equals 120 degrees, okay? Whoops, let me erase this off here. Okay. Let's do the next one here, okay? Let's go B and C. So the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C is 70 plus 60, which is 130 degrees. And then we have the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle C, 50 plus 60, which equals 110 degrees. All right, but now let's talk about angles 1, 2, and 3 here. If I focus just on angle 1, do you guys see, hopefully, the angle 1 and angle 50 are supplementary, right? They're a straight line, okay? So I can figure out what angle 1 is by going 180 minus 50, and I get 130. So angle 1 is 130 degrees because 130 and 150 together have to equal a straight line. So if I focus right here, see how it's a straight line? So I can go 180 minus 70, which is 110. So angle 2 is 110 degrees. Again, they have to add to be 180 degrees. So angle 3 here, if these two have to add to be 180, I can go 180 minus 60, and angle 3 also has to be 100, or not also, but it has to be 120 degrees. Notice
What time you leaving, sweetie?
So 120 degrees, look up here. The measure of angles A plus B also equals 120, okay? So we're going to say same as the measure of angle 3. So this and this equals this one. Let me erase some of this stuff here. It'll be a little easier to see. Okay, so what I just said, 50 plus 70 equal 120. All right, so notice that when we add B and C together, we got 130. That's the same as the measure of angle 1. Look right here. If I were to add A and C together, it's the same as the measure of angle 2. Okay, excuse me. So it might be a little hard to see, but what I want you to notice here, it says any exterior angle. So any one of these on the exterior, 1, 2, or 3, they are equal to the sum, we're adding, of its two remote interior angles. So here's the cool thing, okay? If you can kind of pick this stuff out, finding the exterior angle is super easy, okay? So let's do a couple examples here, all right? Any exterior angle is equal to the sum of its two remote interior angles, okay? So in this one here, I'm not going to really explain my reasoning. I'm going to just show my work. Because I know I've got you trained. Before you see the word explain, you got to use words. So that's why I'm taking that out. Okay, we're just going to show our work for these. All right. So we have an exterior angle. So we have our triangle here. Here's our triangle. And what we've seen is we've taken our triangle and we've extended one of the sides, which means we have a remote, I'm sorry, no, we have an exterior angle because it's on the outside, okay? Now, any exterior angle, okay, is equal to, so 115 is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. Now, be careful. In the ones we're doing here, there's nothing, there's no number here, but really, they could write, what would that be, 65? Okay, you got to be careful that you recognize what the remote interior. These three angles are remote, or all interior. The remote ones are the two that don't share a side with 115. So the sum of x plus 54. We know how to solve this equation. If I want to know what x is, find the value of x, I get rid of 54 by subtracting. Whatever I do to one side, I do the other. And I'm left with x equals 61. So x is 61. All right, look at this one here. Find your exterior angle. It's the one on the outside of the triangle. Remember, our exterior angle is equal to the sum of the remote interior angles. Don't just pick the two you see. Make sure they're the ones that aren't touching. Okay, this angle here is touching. I know no information is given there, but it could be. 66 plus 50, we just add those together, sum of its remote interior angles, and we get x is equal to 116. So knowing this part right here can make finding the measure of the exterior angle very easy.